Okay guys, plate loaded at the back here, pendulum squat machine. Alright, not too complicated this machine. Your shoulder pads are here, your back rest is here, your loading, so the resistance that you use, the plates that you choose to build up your load, you pop on here. This is a very difficult machine, it's a very humbling machine, alright. I only use 10s, okay, I'm not strong enough to use anything heavier than that with good technique, okay. So you don't want to be piling 20 after 20 on here thinking it's you know, I don't know, a belt squat machine or something like that can take a higher load. You just want to be starting. I'm going to start with the machine empty. My warm-up sets are done with the machine empty, which is still a challenging rep. Your foot placement there, your drive plate for your feet is just here, and your safety is just here. All right, so let's perform some reps, talking about the teaching points. It's very, very similar to the hack squat in the teaching points. Foot must be flat on the drive plate. Don't distribute the force through the toes. Don't distribute the force through the heels. Feet need to be in such a position that the lumbar spine, the lower back, stays in contact with this. As you perform your rep, if you go deep enough and your lower back comes off the pad, we call that butt winking or lumbar spinal flexion, okay? You're compromising the lower back. You don't want that to happen, okay? So you need to get the foot stance and the depth, which is, it's all very person dependent, depending on your flexibility levels through your hips and legs, hip and lower body. But you must keep your lumbar spine with some support into that pad. Righto, let's perform some reps. So dip my shoulders underneath, place my feet onto the drive plate. Exactly the same teaching points as the hack squat. Have a few sets empty, play around with the position of your feet so that you can keep your foot flat. You're not going up onto your tiptoes. You're not all the way up the top of the stance driving through your heels. Your lumbar spine's not coming off the pad, all right? So those are your two things really. Two things, not going up onto your toes, knees not excessively going out over your toes. Knees over toes is okay, but not excessively. You don't want to turn this into a sissy squat. All right, so you need to make sure that your foot is flat on the pad, on the drive plate, and your lower back stays in contact with the pad here. All right, so toeing out very slightly, 11 o'clock, 1 o'clock, and the knees will track those toes, so there's no valgus, there's no dropping in with the knees coming together, we call that valgus with the knees. Knees track the toes, and you avoid the valgus problem. Safety is here. Take the weight, turn the safety peg all the way away from you. Now the machine can move through its fullest ranges, okay? So how are we going to get the best out of these reps? I'm going to go slow on the descent. I'm going to sit right in at the bottom, knees tracking those toes, coming either side of my torso at the bottom, big stretch on my quads now, strong quad recruitment here, drive up with force, but always under control, and then slow into the descent again. Slow, 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 big stretch. Drive up. Slow, 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 slow. Big stretch. Drive up. When you've finished your reps, pop the safety back on, and then you can exit the machine. So that's your plate loaded pendulum squat. Good piece of kit for the legs.